welcome to today's video. My name is Dr. Kloos, and in today's video we will evaluate the best options to study dentistry in Europe. And that is a very large topic, so I will invite you guys to take a tea, take a coffee, sit down, make the video on pause until you got your chips ready and maybe your drink, and then let's dive into that topic. But if you don't have much time and you will want to get the optimum outcome, then just book a free consultation with me in person, and I promise it will always be me. I will never delegate that part because it's the most essential part in this entire process of your career finding, and probably the second most important appointment in your life, because I think there are two big decisions in life: your marriage and your career choice. And well, we're going to talk about which university and which field is the best field for you, which country, which university is the one that will determine your academic career. So I think that's pretty important. You should not delegate that consultation to some agency that has medical students working there, that has business people working there, or just sales people who used to sell vacuum cleaners and now happen to work in a study placement agency. So that should not be your decision. I'll be available, and you can book a free appointment with me. Link down below the video. You're going to talk to a dentist who works in Switzerland, who worked in Germany before, who has a big company since 10 years placing students all across Europe, with a heavy focus now on Bosnia for non-European citizens, but also plays a lot of German students in Bosnia. So let's develop the different opportunities in dentistry, and let's start with the cheapest option. So the cheapest option is Foča, the East Sarajevo University, where you can study dentistry at astonishingly 3,500 euro annual tuition fee, so 1,750 euro semester fee, and a program that is entirely in English, 100%. You can even specialize later. And then it's a collaboration between Belgrade University and East Sarajevo University, but it's even possible to specialize thereafter or just go work as a dentist in Germany using our pathway program, where we teach you in office, 20 minutes from the university, in our office, German alongside your studies, so you reach a C1, maybe even C2 level, and then you're optimally prepared to have a successful career in Germany, no matter where you're from. So that's the cheapest option that exists. And then the next option would be Banja Luka, where you can study dentistry at 5,000 euro per year, which is also in Bosnia. It's also visa friendly, and it's also possible for nearly everyone for us to get matched there. We can make it happen. And then the next affordable option would be Macedonia. It's at 6,000 euro. However, it's a private university, and all those are government programs, right? But private universities are less reliable, they are less professional, and decisions to your negative outcome are always possible. And that's why we don't recommend private universities in itself in Europe. It's not a good decision, and most people think those international programs in all those countries are private. They are not. They're private programs of government universities, and they have strict rules now observed by the healthcare, by the educational ministry, while the private are also observed, but they basically, it's not the same, and they are less professional in their approach to international students. Specifically in Macedonia, we stopped to work with this university because they have been extremely unprofessional. So if someone from your team is watching this, yeah, you're really unprofessional, and therefore we don't work with you anymore. So Macedonia is theoretically possible, and theoretically we could still place you if you want, but I will heavily advise you not to go there, right? It's not a good fit. Then Novi Sad would be the next one in the list from the affordability standpoint, with 7,000 euro per year. It's a great university, great city, and our students are absolutely happy, just like in Novi Sad. Just you need a little bit bigger budget, because Novi Sad is also a very rich city. You can think about it like It's an autonomous region within Serbia that's very wealthy, and it's a little bit different than the rest of Serbia because of their economic power. Therefore, Novi Sad is more expensive, with apartment costs for 400-500 euro per month. So you can imagine it's not cheap to live there, but it's absolutely stunning. And if your parents say, hey, this is within your budget, it's a great university, we can directly get you placed there. So it's a recommended university. Then we move up, so we've covered Serbia, Bosnia. Well, in Georgia there are also some universities for dentistry for 5,000 euros that we can place you, definitely. But I would rather recommend you something if you want to really work in Europe that is closer to the Western European countries where you actually want to work. Maybe you want to do internship there. And Georgia is not really, well, it's at the border of Europe, let's say. Let's put it like that. So we place students there. We have partner universities in Georgia, and you could study there at 5,000 euro tuition fee per year, dentistry as well. So there's about that. Then we have Romania. It's a little bit, there are many things to consider when it comes to visa, but it's possible at 8,000 euro to study dentistry there, and we can place you as well. And then there's Bulgaria, which is also possible, but it starts at dentistry 9,000 euro per year. Then the next expensive one is Slovakia with 13,500, and basically there's a whole range. There's Portugal, it's 7,800, but very difficult for non-European Union citizen. I need to check in person when we do the consultation whether I can suggest you that uni and offer you a seat there. There's Letland, Litauen, Poland, many other, Lithuania, Latvia. I mean in English it's Letland and Litauen, in German I mean. So there's all those European Union countries. Most of them are not suitable for you guys, and the tuition fees are very expensive, around 14,000 euro per year in like countries like Poland, Hungary or Czech Republic. So it's relatively expensive. Bulgaria and Romania offer cheaper solutions within the European Union. However, the smart thing to do is study in European candidate countries that already have implemented European Union curriculums. For example, FOCA with the Croatian accredited model, or Novi Sad, also with a European Union diploma curriculum. So that way you don't have to pass a knowledge test when you go back to Germany, because your curriculum that you studied fulfills the minimum requirements of the European Union. So those two countries, Serbia and Bosnia, are great picks. Right now there's some political turmoil in Serbia, but aside from that, University of Novi Sad is absolutely amazing. FOCA is absolutely amazing. So two great picks. Banja Luka is also great. So I think you got a good insight into the cheapest unis: Georgia, Serbia, Macedonia, Bosnia, and then the more expensive ones, Bulgaria, Romania, and then the even more expensive ones, Slovakia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Hungary, Czech Republic, and then the western part, the Western Cyprus, not the Turkish Cyprus, which is the most expensive option, and also Spain. Portugal is a little bit cheaper, and then Spain is even more expensive. So Spain and Cyprus are both at 20,000 euro, the most expensive ones in Europe. So that gave you a rough overview. Of course, you could also study outside of Europe, for example, in Maldives, Mauritius. You could study dentistry as well. We can place you there as well. We have a contract with Mauritius. And then there's Turkey as well, but all that is not so recommendable. So most of our students who want to study dentistry will have the most economic situation here in Foča, with a great modern dental clinic, intraoral scanners. I even walked through the university and made a video about it. You can watch it here on our channel, link is down below the video. And the second most popular option is Novi Sad. That's why I also placed it here, and that's why I have this whole setup here behind me, so you get a nice overview over two amazing options. You know, when I do this, I always listen to the feedback, and the feedback is a huge part of the thing that goes in my consultation, the arguments, right? Because I know that in Novi Sad the students are very happy studying dentistry, and that in Foča students are very happy to study dentistry and medicine. Also in Novi Sad, by the way, you can study medicine. That's just my experience since many years. So of course, that is something very valuable, because, for example, in Romania, the feedback is just not that good, or most importantly, Macedonia, just don't even think about going there. It's terrible, right? So this is experience, feedback from my students, a feedback loop that is constantly evolving, well, that you should listen to, and that can really help you. It's 100% for free to get a consultation. It is also 100% unbinding. I will not try to sell you something. I will simply at the end of the conversation explain you how my agency work, what the fee structures are, and you will get a free offer later per email that you can check about for 20 days, which is the validity of the offer. And if you after that say, hey, that's a great match, I want to work with these guys, they have an office there, they have employees in Serbia, they actually can do the job and they do it well, and I have seen reviews and I've received even contacts to students that already study at these universities, well, then you sign the contract, we send it back to me, and we get started, we enroll you, we place you to the university, we do all the paperwork, the bureaucratics, and in this case even teach you German until you graduate and help you get matched in Germany with a German employer. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Yours, Marcel.